Good? I can hear you. How are you doing? Good? Raise your hand if you have a hand. All right, almost everybody, perfect. I'm here to inspire you about the collaborative economy, and raise your hand if you have ever used Uber. Okay, half of the room. Airbnb? Also half of the room, perfect. And BlaBlaCar? Okay, couch surfing? All right, cool, awesome. So let's start with another topic. Who knows this company? Raise your hand. Okay, so you are not that young, but young people don't know this brand because they missed the opportunity. I remember in the 90s, they were on every corner in Warsaw, and probably you know what they were. They were founded in 1888, and in the 90s, they have a 70% of this film market, which was a pretty good deal, but they missed the opportunity with digital cameras because they totally ignored it, and the stock market just fell down by 99%. They're almost out of the market. They're doing some other stuff right now. So it's a little bit a good story because this guy, Steven Sesson, he invented the digital camera in 1975. And guess where he worked? That's right, in Kodak. He went to his bosses, he told them, hey guys, watch this, I just invented something like this. What do you think about that? And his bosses, they told him that, come on, there's no any way that anyone would like to see their photos on a TV set. So they totally ignored him. And years later, his invention was called a disruption. There's no Polish word for disruption. Maybe there's disrupcja or, I don't know, kreatywna destrukcja or something like that. But still, here you have some examples of disruptive innovations on our devices. And I'm pretty sure that this device, so far, is the most disruptive device people have ever made. And I think this is kind of gateway because you can have almost everything just with tap of the button. I will show you some, just 60 seconds of the movie. Just watch it. Yeah, maybe right now you need only sunglasses and your MacBook, yeah? It's a little bit, this is how it works nowadays. But if we are going to collaborative economy, so this technology which embraces the change, it lets people to change the business models. And for example, the fastest growing bank right now in the world, they don't have any money. They just use people money to borrow to another people money. So it's this technological change which it's like it's starting the possibilities. And of course, you know, Uber, they don't have any cars, etc. So you have some examples over here. And probably when Thomas Edison, he invented the light bulb, oil lamp producers, I'm pretty sure they were protesting about that. But do you have, raise your hand if you have an oil lamp at home? Nobody? Okay, two guys. Oh, you have, okay, 3 people. But still, it's like, I believe with collaborative economy is the same thing because people are, for example, taxi drivers are protesting against Uber. But I think it's good, it's changing because those guys who are driving taxis today, they can, or they will be able to do something more productive because they will lose their job anyway by 2020 with autonomous cars. So we have to remember that. And one smart guy, he said that you can't connect dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backwards. And I say you can't see the disruption in real time, you can only say it was a disruption after it happens. And probably you know or you remember this thing, right? You remember this? It was 10 years ago, it was pretended to be like to revolutionize the way we travel around the city. And actually nobody used it. Maybe it disrupted only one industry, the security guard industry, that's all what it changed. But when you come to collaborative economy, over here you can see the total social network funding. So here you have a funding for Twitter, Facebook, Orkut, whatever, you name it, Snapchat, everything. And here you have a total funding for collaborative economy platforms like Uber, BlaBlaCar, etc. And this is the speed, how fast it's growing. So it's growing exponentially. And right now, all over the world, there are more than 10,000 companies working in these business models, which is pretty simple, like peer-to-peer. You can use, you don't have to possess to use things, right? And I will show you right now some premier results of our first collaborative economy research in Poland. We conducted in the whole country, and we will publish this report next week. So if you hit this website, I highly recommend you that. You can set up for or sign up for, you will receive an email when we'll publish the report. So this is a collaborative economy honeycomb, the first version of Polish honeycomb. And here you can see some kind of, let's say, industries, but it's not exactly the same, like exactly industry. It's like maybe around the traditional industry, because collaborative economy is a multi-industry thing. And for example, in case of the money, we have plenty of crowdfunding platforms in Poland. It's phenomenal because we have more than 10 companies like Polak Potrafi, Wspieram, etc. of crowdfunding platforms. And there's also Brainly. They've been here earlier this year. There's also another sectors like food services and of course mobility service. Of course we have Uber and BlaBlaCar, for example, but they're not Polish companies, so they're not here. Here you can find only Polish companies founded in Poland in this business model. But there is also Honeycomb 3.0 created by Jeremiah Ouyang from Silicon Valley. And just to imagine how big this collaborative economy phenomenon is, you can see over here how detailed it is. And inside of every Honeycomb cluster, you can see the different business models. For example, here you have a money lending, here you have crowdfunding platforms, and also cryptocurrencies. So each of the cluster have their own business models or different types of working. And here you have some premier results. This is a collaborative economy bubble graph. The size of the bubble says how many people are using these services, and the size of the line says how many people are using both of bike sharing, for example, and carpooling. So this is a little bit interesting. But when we go more, it's like 92% of Polish people, or of Polish internet users, because we only asked internet users, because, yeah, collaborative economy is highly connected with using internet. And 92% of people already heard about at least one service in collaborative economy, so it's well known. And in big cities, most of the people already know and use collaborative economy services. And if you compare it with education, of course, the higher educated people, they more use collaborative economy. Here's a little bit interesting fact, because, of course, yeah, young people are using collaborative economy and it's correlated, you can see over here, but people over 55, there's also a little bit jump over here, and I believe it's connected that they have already some resources like cars, for example, or their own apartment, and they can rent it or use it on the collaborative economy platforms to give access to those goods to the younger generation. Here's knowing about the collaborative economy and awareness about technologies. The most technology is 3D printing. And if you compare it to the average number of technology which users know, so heavy users, so at least 3 of collaborative economy services, they know on average 3.4 technology. And the major benefits of using collaborative economy platforms, of course, it's for the money because it saves money, it's cheaper, it's better experience sometimes, and it's better use of things. So those ecological things, these economical things as well, those factors, and also society, because you can meet new people, for example, in BlaBlaCar, and have a better experience. And here are some 5 key messages for you to remember that collaborative economy is a well-known phenomenon. In big cities, 62% of the people are already using it. It's in our DNA because since we were living in the caves, we have to cooperate and collaborate with each other to just grow and extend our life. It's very easy accessible. It's just in our pockets, so it's very, very easy. And it's less expensive and gives you more value. And in the history of economy, if there is something like less expensive and gives you more value, there is no other way, or there is no any way to stop people from using it. So when we go back to the 1975, when Stephen Sesson went to his bosses and they said that nobody would ever want to see their photos on a TV set. All right, so thanks for having me here. If you have any question, I'm available. Hit me with email. I will be there on the table, so thank you very much.